All right, I'm joined now by Michael Ball, whose voice has thrilled, I think it's fair to say, millions of people around the globe, and he's no stranger to Ireland, and particularly Cork, and that's what we're going to talk about as he joins me now from his home in Britain. Michael, welcome to the programme.
How are you, sir?
Now, the reason I asked you to come on the show, Michael, is you're coming to Cork again. You were in the City Hall in 2012 with the Cork Youth Orchestra in a fantastic evening, a Michael Ball evening. But you're coming back May 10, 11, is it?
That's right, yeah. I made a promise to the Cork Youth Orchestra that if they wanted me to come back and sing with them, I'd be honoured to do so. I had such a good time. What impressed me was the professionalism and musicianship of the orchestra. They were just fantastic, and they inspired me.
Yeah, and they're all under 19. They're all schoolboys and girls. You're going to be in the Cork City Hall. Tickets go on sale this weekend. 2 nights, it's Saturday and Sunday in May, 10 and 11. Now, it's different, though. When you came in 2012, you sort of did a Michael Ball concert. But this time, it's actually a specific kind of music.
Yeah, it's a theme. The theme is the movies. Some of the best music has been written for the movies or about the movies. I know that some of the music that they'll be playing, a lot of people will know, and I think that's good as well for the audience to know it. But it's new stuff. It's things that they won't necessarily have ever played before, so I think it'll challenge them.
Are you a movie buff?
Huge movie buff. Music is integral to the movies, don't you think?
Absolutely. I'm just wondering how you're going to do my favourite piece from The Magnificent Seven, because, of course, there's no words, so you're just going to have to hum it for me.
Well, I shall just come on stage and have a gunfight. bring your 6-shooters, and you and I can have a little go on the stage.
Now, when you're talking about this, what sort of favourite stuff do you actually like?
For me, one of the best scores of all time was James Horner's score for the Titanic. And there's quite a famous song from that, which I've also recorded. So I think we'll be doing things like that. Also, Les Miserables was a big movie musical. Do you think it's a cheat if I include some of that? I don't think so. We are going to do some things from Les Miserables and Sunset Boulevard. I don't want to give away too much of the surprises either. And of course, there'll be some purely orchestral pieces for the kids to play themselves.
Well, now that you've told me there are going to be some instrumental pieces, I'm going to get on to them straight away to do the Magnificent Seven. So
it's a great.
I could put my pitch in.
Yeah.
What the thing I found really interesting when you were there in 2012 was the entire front few rows, 2 or 3 rows, were made up entirely of British people who travelled over from Britain to listen to you. Do you find a lot of that people just follow you around?
I've just come back from doing some concerts in Taipei, the capital of Taiwan. I thought, I'm a long way away from... I was in Shanghai before Christmas as well, and the same thing happened. I looked down, and people have travelled from the United Kingdom, Australia, from America, from Japan, and so on, who've come to see it. I do, and I love it. What's brilliant is that fans come over to see not just the concerts, but to the places that I'm playing at, and they wouldn't have gone otherwise.
Now, when Frank Sinatra was at his peak, and I've no difficulty using Frank Sinatra and Michael Ball in the same sentence.
But you're madman.
he sold all these records, and he got 20 cents a record or whatever. The record business has changed pretty dramatically with iTunes and Spotify and all this different kind of technical stuff. Does that mean that somebody like you now makes less records and does public appearances more?
It's a very different industry. It really is. I'm currently making a new album. It's harder to get big record companies or any record companies to finance a record, to get behind you, pay for you to make a record, unless you're, a Lady Gaga or a Justin Bieber
or a Michael Ball.
Yeah. Oh, no. You see, I don't sell in that kind of volume. And also, there aren't record shops even.
That's
HMV has, in the UK, has kind of disappeared. I don't know how it is in Ireland, but so much. But I think it's the same. Now, you tend to find, unless you get the support of the big supermarkets that will actually bother to stock CDs, you're relying on people either buying them over the internet, as you were saying, iTunes and Spotify, and it's just not the same sort of volumes. And people will not necessarily buy a whole album; they may buy a track or not bother to buy it at all.
All right. Well, all my records are sort of round black ones, and there's a hole in the middle and a spin around. So that's.
I'm pleased to hear it, Roger. They do sound better, don't they?
They certainly do. Well, look, I'm looking forward to it. It's Michael Ball in concert at the movies. Great movie themes with a bit of a twist, like Les Miserables, as Michael has said. It's the Cork City Hall. It's the 10th and 11th of May. The great man will be there, backed by, I don't know, there's got to be 100 kids in this orchestra, I would think. And they are unbelievably talented under the direction of their conductor, Thomas McCarthy. They will do you proud. So I'm going to be there cheering, and we'll see you then, Michael, and we all look forward to it.
Can't wait for it, George. They are brilliant kids, and to put them in a sort of professional environment like that with a great audience for them would be a marvellous thing.
And a great singer. Michael Ball, thank you for joining me.
Cheers.